Okay, hello everyone. 皆さん、こんにちは. Thank you so much for joining us to our Japan America Society and JapanFest Atlanta summer camp and our Hanagasa Ondo big finale for the whole week. We are so excited to have you here with us today, and we'll be doing a Japanese dance and craft workshop right now. So we are so happy that you have joined us today. But hope that you have been enjoying the whole week worth of summer camp activities. This morning we did a samurai workshop followed by a Japanese mini lesson. And we all watched the exciting Pokemon movie, Mewtwo. And then we had a Japanese worksheet. And now is time for our finale with our Hanagasa Ondo Japanese dance and Japanese craft workshop. But before we get started and introduce you to our special guests and special presenters, we do want to go over just a couple rules like before. So as we get started and we introduce you to our presenter, we will let everyone into our webinar room so that we can all see each other and interact with one another. But if you can leave your videos on so that we can see you, and then our guest presenters can see you as well. That would be great, especially during the craft portion and the dance portion. It would be a good way for us to all learn by allowing our presenters to see you and you making your crafts and doing the dance. But please be polite and courteous and take turns speaking. You know, with our Zoom webinar, it's hard to hear when everyone is talking all at once. So please take turns speaking. And if you do have a question, raise your hand and then we will call on you and we will unmute you and you can unmute yourself, and then we can have you ask the questions to our presenters. So, but without further ado, we would like to introduce to our presenters the Japanese Folk Dance Institute of New York. The Institute was formed in 1992, and the purpose of the organization is to research, promote, and keep alive interest in the traditional folk dances of Japan. So they are experts of all sorts of Japanese dance, and today we'll be learning about Hanagasa Ondo, which is from Yamagata-ken or Yamagata Prefecture. But with a virtual round of applause, let's welcome the director, Ms. Momo Suzuki, and Mr. Kevin Suzuki. If you can unmute, maybe. Is it working?
Am I muted?
Nope, you're good. We can hear you now. Thank you very much for joining us.
Okay, ありがとうございました。よろしくお願いします。Hello, everyone. And we're very grateful to everyone grateful to JapanFest Atlanta for inviting us to have this little workshop for everyone, and we are thankful for everyone for joining this little workshop we have. So again, my name is Kevin. This is Momo Suzuki. She's the director of the Japanese Folk Dance Institute of New York. Mother, son, we look nothing alike, but we are related. Actually related. Okay, so but today, today we're going to do a little workshop of crafts and dance. Okay, so we begin with the crafts, making this flower hat. The real flower hat kind of looks like this. This is an actual real flower hat, and this is a real flower hat from Yamagata Prefecture, and but we're going to make it one slightly a little bit easier to make than getting rice straw and getting all this stuff. A little bit easier to make, and that is this. This is the flower hat we're going to make. Okay, so but before we make the flower hat, just a little bit about the dance we're going to be doing today. The dance is called Hanagasa Odori from Yamagata Prefecture in the north of Japan in the Tohoku region. And this is a dance created by construction workers. Lots of the dances in Japan, a lot of the Bolodori dances, a lot of the folk dance in Japan are actually made by workers, by all kinds of jobs. So you have fishermen and farmers and sailors and construction workers and coal miners, and all these different jobs have their own songs, their own dances. So a lot of the movement in the dances has to do with work, but there's this very close connection between work and folk dance, okay? And so this was created by construction workers who were pounding the ground. They were making the ground hard for irrigation, for reservoirs. So all these farms needed water. And so in the winter, there wasn't a lot of water. So they create these big pools and reservoirs so that there would be water in the fall for planting and all kinds of water in general for planting of crops during the season. So this is a dance created by construction workers, and this Yamagata, where this dance is from, is very hot. It's one of the hottest places in Japan. And so while the workers would be working,
always wear like this kind of hat.
yeah, so in order to get out of the sun, they would wear this type of hat so that they wouldn't get affected by the sun. And also they would use these hats to fan each other. And so they use these hats to fan each other in the heat so that they wouldn't pass out from all the heat and all the sun, right? And so that's where all the dance comes from. It comes from these songs that people would sing while dancing, and then the movement comes from a lot of the movement from the work, okay? So this is the dance we're gonna learn, but before that, we all have to make our own flower hats. We have to make our own beautiful little flower hats, okay? So we need something to dance with, so we gotta make a hat. So here we go. So I hope maybe everyone has all of their supplies. And let me angle this down a little bit more so everyone can see. Okay, so again, this is what we're gonna make. This is what we're gonna make. Okay, so
we use paper plate.
So we're gonna begin by picking up our paper plate. So we're going to begin by picking up our paper plate. And as you can see here, if you see, there are two holes in the middle of the paper plate. So what I want everyone to do is to take their paper plate, styrofoam plate, whatever you have, and we're going to poke with, be careful. Don't hurt your hand. Don't do anything to hurt yourself. Just be very careful. And what we're going to need is for everyone to poke two holes in your paper plate, okay? In order to make two holes just like that, okay? So while everyone is doing that, we're gonna make another one right here. So again, you take your paper plate, and then you look at the middle of the paper plate, you figure out where that is,
Ballpoint pen.
or use a ballpoint pen.
Yeah.
Use anything you have that's gonna put a hole in the paper plate. So you're gonna poke one hole, like that, and then another hole like that, and just be careful. And so now you got two holes in your paper plate, okay? So now after everyone has made your paper plate with the two holes, is everyone okay? Everyone, does anybody need more time, or is everyone okay? Let's see if I can see more people. So we got the pen, we got the hole in the paper plate. Very good. Okay, so we got the hole in the paper plate. Okay. Okay. Now, and so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our tissue paper. We're gonna take our tissue paper.
Excuse me, I'm not done with the holes in the plate yet.
Okay, so go. Okay, so we'll wait until you've made the holes. Okay.
It's not easy, right?
And just be careful. You good? Are you good? Okay. So here we go. So now you're gonna take your tissue paper. So we have all this tissue paper right here. And
okay. その前にここにそれを通す。
Ah, okay. So before we get to
穴が開い日本語じゃダメね。If you got two holes from
Okay, so now before we get to the tissue paper, we're going to take our pipe cleaner or whatever you have. We're going to take our pipe cleaner, or if you've got string, if all you have is string, that's fine too. Okay. So if you have string, that's okay. So what we're going to ask is you're going to take your paper plate, okay, and then look at the side that you'll be eating on, not the side that goes down on the table, the side that we put all the food on. Okay, so you're going to take that side and you're going to pass your pipe cleaner, right, through both holes, right, through both holes of the paper plate. Now, if you can see, like that, you're going to pass the pipe cleaner through both holes. There you go. So they're about the same length, and they're poking out through both of the holes just like that. Okay?
If you have a string like this. Okay.
And if you just have string, just use the string, and again, pass it through the two holes so that you have two little things. And so, and just after you finish with that, then you could put that paper plate down, and we're going to get to the tissue paper. Okay? Okay, so now let's put that down. Okay, so now let's get to the tissue paper. So now, here we go. So we got the tissue paper, and it's if you take a normal sheet of paper, it's about half that. Yeah. Somebody didn't know. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the tissue paper, right? And so now we're going to fold this almost like an accordion. So back and forth and making this kind of shape. Okay? So like an accordion, right? That's the kind of shape we're going to do. Okay? So what we need to do is if you look, you're going to fold over, then flip the paper over and fold again. And then flip it over and fold. And keep folding over and over and over again. So fold, then flip, and fold. And flip, and fold. Okay? And just keep flipping and folding and flipping and folding. And flipping and folding until you get to the end of the sheet of paper. Okay.
Kevin-san, I see that some of our participants have different color of tissue paper. Is there a significance to the color of pink?
No,
any color is
any
fine.
color is good. Whatever color you have. Any color is fine. Whatever color you like, that's the right color. Okay?
Yeah. Blue, green, yellow, red, any color.
Any color is okay. So I just keep folding and flipping and folding and flipping back and forth, folding and flipping and back and forth until the entire sheet of paper is all folded and nice. And you have something that looks like this, which almost looks like a fan too. Right? Almost looks like a fan. Okay, so once you have this, okay, now you're going to grab your paper plate, like so. And you're going to grab the paper plate. And you're going to put the paper plate, you're going to put the paper, the tissue paper you just folded between the two pipe cleaners or between whatever string that you have. Right? And after you put it between, now you're going to tie this in a nice little bow. Okay? So we're going to cross over and we're going to twist and twist and twist. Okay? So all you have to do is put it between and twist. Okay? See it? Just like that. So all you have to do is put the tissue paper between the pipe cleaners, like so, and then cross and twist. Twist so that the tissue paper stays down. Okay? And so now after you've put the tissue paper and you've twisted the pipe cleaner, now you're going to fold the pipe cleaner over to make a nice almost like a bow. Okay? Like that. Just like that. So we've just folded these over to make a little bit of a bow. Okay, just like that. Okay? And now after we fold it in a bow, does anybody have any questions? Think we're okay? So now after you have put the little bow, now you're going to spread out your tissue paper like this. Just like that. Okay, just like that. So it was all in one piece, so now it's spread out. And now you're going to start pulling up each tissue paper one at a time. Okay?
これをまず one side あ then other one other side.
So you're going to put, after you've picked up one side of the tissue paper, then you're going to pull up the other side of the tissue paper, one at a time. So you're not going to do one side, then the other. Each side you're going to do one, 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 and keep going. Each side, after you do one side, and then do the other, and keep going back and forth. Okay? So each tissue paper you pull up, and what you're doing is you're trying to make a nice little flower in the middle of the paper plate. Okay? And so whatever flower is in your head, whatever flower you like, just make that flower in the middle of your paper plate. Okay? If you want to make it look like a rose, if you want to make it look like a tulip, whatever flower you like, you can make it with the tissue paper.
So Kevin-san, traditionally for Hanagasa Odori, is it a certain type of flower that's used, or?
紅花です。
紅花。
紅花。英語でなんて言うんでしょうね、紅花。多分ね、出てこない。
紅花。Let me look it up.
紅花は、メイクリップスティックから。
So benibana is called safflower.
あ、そうです。サフラワーです。
Safflower.
そう忘れて。
So it's called safflower. So it is the it's a flower that they use to make lipstick out of it. So beni, kuchi beni is lipstick. So this is called benibana, which means lipstick flower. So it is the type of flower, the dye used to make lipstick. So it's called safflower.
Nice. I think they make safflower oil too, right? But this is a nice Japanese.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
Safflower is not quite as glamorous as lipstick. No, it's. So as you can see, as she's pulling up each sheet of the tissue paper, you'll see it gradually keep forming the shape of a flower, of a safflower.
山形だけ取れたのね、昔はね。
So it's a type of flower that was actually in the past was only found in Yamagata. So it was sort of the. And so because it was a flower that could only be cultivated in Yamagata, all of the maiko-san, the geishas in Kyoto the Yamagata would send these flowers to Kyoto for them to make their lipstick for the geishas and the maiko-san.
That time is very, very expensive. Beni is very lipstick.
Yeah, lipstick was a luxury item. It was not something you could just.
Expensive.
Yes. It was about the same price as gold. So gold and benibana, these safflowers were about the same price. That's how valuable they were. So this is how our completed flower hat looks. Let's see. Can we see somebody's flower hat? If you're finished, can we see if you've been able to make a flower hat? How pretty it is?
Quentin, are you still working on yours? What does yours look like so far?
Still making?
I'm not really done with it.
That's okay. Take your time. This is a sample. It doesn't have to look like that. It doesn't have to look like our flower hat. As long as you like it, that's what's important. Hey, so, and so, like I said, just one at a time. Just keep pulling them up one at a time, and then maybe do a little bit of arranging on your own. You know, fluff them up a bit just to make them look a little bit nicer, and then your flower will look wonderful.
Yeah, if これがなければ言わなかったね、タイトすればいい。紐。これ忘れて。
Oh yeah, if sorry, we forgot to say if you had a
それ。
if you had a string instead of a pipe cleaner, that's still fine. Just put it in the middle and then just tie it like you would tie a normal bow. Just like that. Just tie it like that. And again, cut these just so they're out of the way. And then all you have to do again is take this and then flare out each side. Flare out each side, and then pull up each level of tissue paper to create the flower hat. Okay. And if you don't have any tissue paper, if you weren't able to get any tissue paper, you didn't have time, that's okay. What you can do is just take if you've got a paper plate lying around or a styrofoam plate lying around, just get some markers, get some crayons, and just draw a flower hat on the paper plate, and that's just as good. Okay. Yeah, so just get a paper plate and then just get some crayons or get some markers and then just draw as many flowers on the flower hat as you would like. Let's see. This one is out of ink. This one's out of ink. Okay. Yeah, so it's a little difficult to see, but we're just gonna do a little bit of designing myself here. So you can get a little bit of a flower hat going just with markers. So it doesn't matter what materials you have at home, as long as you have a paper plate, or if your parents aren't too mad, if they'll let you use a real plate, that's okay too. Just make sure that you ask your parents so that you don't ruin a plate they really like. But any plate is good. There we go.
And you have a question?
Yes?
How do you make that flower?
Which flower?
The one that she has.
The one that she has? Which one? This one or this
The
one?
plate one, yeah.
This one? Okay, so just take it step by step. ちょっと近くに行った方が、これでもう一回やってみようか。So we're going to go a little bit closer just so you can see. And so this is a brand new one. Just one layer has been come up, right? And so as you can see, she's pulled up the first layer, right? And just, you can put a little bit of force into it. You don't have to be too gentle with it. You can really kind of tug on the tissue paper, okay? And so each time, each layer, if you see each layer, you'll see her pull up each layer of the tissue paper, right? and pull up and just kind of make almost like a circle, a semicircle with each layer of the tissue paper.
Other side.
And as you do one layer, move to the other side and do another layer. And just keep going back and forth, doing one layer on one side, doing one layer on the other side, and keep pulling it up and trying to make them go towards the middle. Okay, that's what you're trying to do. Just try to move all the tissue paper towards the middle of the paper plate.
I still can't really do it.
Let's see. Maybe you need to tie it down a little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah, you probably need to tie it down a little bit more. Tie it down a little bit tighter. And make sure that when you put the paper down, that it is facing up like this. Make sure that you put it down, it is like that. You don't want it laying down flat. You want it up, standing up.
Mm.
どうでしょうか。Come on.
Don't worry, this is everyone's first try at this.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't come out exactly the way you want, that's okay. Hey, it's your first try.
And there's no wrong way of doing it, right? So everyone has
No.
their own unique hat, right? So
No, this is our way of doing it. Okay, this is our flower hat, but your flower hat might look completely different. Okay, no right way to do it.
Okay. So. Side.
And again, just keep going one layer at a time.
So. 大丈夫かな、みんなできたかしら。どう？
So Quentin, how is it going?
Well, I'm tying it down tighter, but I'm not like ready to do the thing yet.
Okay, just keep at it.
だかな。見える誰かの。
Is there anybody else who has a question or isn't sure how to go about making the flower hat?
よし。大丈夫かな、見えるかな。よし。
So yeah, one tissue paper at a time.
Nice.
Oh,
Pretty.
Good.
Wow,
Great
good.
job.
Good job.
great job.
Wow.
I don't really know how to like pull the layers up though.
It's okay. It looks great.
Yeah, looks good.
Great. So I think if everyone is finished making their flower hat, if everyone's finished making their flower hat, what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the dance portion of today's little workshop. Okay? So everyone has their flower hats, and now we're going to do a little bit of Hanagasa Odori. We're going to teach you with just watching us dance, and then we're going to put music on dance. But before we get started, we have to learn something that's very important to Japanese dance, which is kakegoe. Now, kakegoe these are things you shout during dancing, okay? So sometimes you'll shout sore or yoisho or things like that. But in Hanagasa Odori, you have three different phrases, three different phrases you have to learn in order to do Hanagasa Odori, okay? So the first one is sore, right? So you don't have to put your mics on, but just if you can repeat after me. After I say sore, please say sore back. So sore. And now, so that's great. So we have sore, and then we have the second one, choi choi. right? So again, I'm going to say choi choi, and just please repeat choi choi after me. Choi choi. So we've got sore, we've got choi choi, and now the third one is a little bit longer, okay? It's a little bit longer, and it is hayasho makkasho. Okay, so I'm going to say that again so that you absolutely know what I said. So hayasho makkasho. Okay, so please repeat after me. Hayasho makkasho. Hayasho makkasho. Okay, it's a little bit difficult, okay, and a little bit long. So we've got sore, we've got choi choi, and we've got hayasho makkasho. And we're going to be pointing out at what point in the dance you'll say these things, but they're very important for people to sort of, it's a lot of fun for a lot of people to yell sore and choi choi together. So the importance of kakegoe is very important about it.
やってみる。曲に乗せてみる。
Oh, okay, so we're going to play the music a little bit, and we're going to do a little bit of practice of kakegoe. So here we go. Okay, so here we go. And we're going to say sore right now. Sore. Here we go. Choi, choi. Here we go. Hayasho makkasho. Sore. And one more time. Here we go. Here we go. Choi, choi. Here we go. Hayasho makkasho. And here comes the sore. Sore. What do you got? Very good. Great job. So now we know the kakegoe. Let's move on to learning the dance. Okay, so here we go. So grab your flower hat. Get a little space wherever you are so that it's going to be easy for you to move. I'm going to move this table out of the way. So you can see. So we begin at the beginning of the dance. And I'm just going to move a light so it's a little bit clearer for everyone, so everyone can kind of see. Okay. And let me pull this up. Here we go. I think that should be good. So can everyone see? Is that okay? Okay. So, as you can see, we have some flower hats at the bottom. And today we're going to learn Hanagasa Odori. So if you have all your hats, please get your hats and stand up. And here we go, we're going to do Hanagasa Odori. So we begin Hanagasa Odori by tapping the flower hat on our knee or upper thigh 9 times. Okay, so here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9
times.
Very good. Okay, so now that we've got the 9 times, just tapping on the thigh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're also going to say sore. Okay. Was there a question? No. Okay. So again, so we're going to tap on our thigh 9 times, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and after 4, we're going to say our kakegoe sore. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, sore 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9. Very good. So now we've done that 9 times, and after 9 times, we're going to lift up our hanagasa up to the sky. Okay, so one more time. So here we go. So 9 times, and after 4, we're going to do sore. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sore 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. Very good.
そしたら次。
So now, after we've done it 9, we tap on our thigh 9 times. Now you're going to bring up your hat up to the sky, and you're going to bring your other hand up to meet your flower hat, right? And you're going to flip it and flip and flip and flip. Okay, so you're going to flip and then bring the hat to the front. Okay, so here we go. So again, after 9 times, you've done it 9 times, and then we're going to bring the hat up, and you're going to flip and flip and flip and flip and flip. Okay?
Okay.
One more time. Here we go.
どこからここだけ。はい。じゃ
Boogie.
あ、はい。じゃあやって。
I'll do it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here we go. So we've done on our thigh 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And after 9 times, we're going to bring the hat up and show the nice flower hat to everyone. Show your nice flower hat, the beautiful flower hat you've made. Show it to everyone. And first thing you're going to do is flip the flower hat and flip and flip and flip and present your flower hat there. So this is all about showing off your flower hat, okay? So you've done 9 times, said sore, and now you're going to flip your hat back and forth 4 times, and then show everyone the lovely flower hat you made, okay? So let's start from the beginning again. We're going to tap, say sore, and then bring the hat up. So here we go. So, and then here we start on 1, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, sore 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, up, show everyone, and flip, and flip, and flip, and flip, and front. Now, after you've done that, you're going to bring your flower hat to the side, back, and back.
Step
Okay,
back.
so you're going to step back, and when you do that, you're going to show your flower hat to the back, to the people behind you, and then show the flower hat to the people behind you. Okay, let's try that again, okay? So, let's start with flipping, okay? So we've done 9 times, flower hats up, and you're showing everyone, and 1, flip, 2, flip, flip, and keep flipping, and front. Now show the flower hat to the back, show the flower hat to the back. Now bring the flower hat over, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna tap and bring the flower hat up. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so tap 9 times, then you show off your flower hat to the front by flipping it back and forth. Now you show your flower hat to the back, 1, show your flower hat to the back, 2. Now you're going to do a little bit of a shuffle. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and tap and up. Now, after you've done this, now this is a parade dance. In Japan, when we do this every August at a big festival, we do this in this big parade all the way down the main street in Yamagata City. Okay, so at this point, your flower hat's up, so you're going to say a little bit of a hello to everyone on both sides. So you're going to say hi to the right and hi to the left. So you're going to do a little bit of hello. Everybody's watching, everybody's cheering you, parading down the street. So you're going to say hi to the right and then hi to the left. So hi to the right, hi to the left, and then tap on your thigh again. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, let's try that again. Okay? So, let's try it again from the beginning just so everybody remembers everything we've done so far. Okay? There's just a little bit more movement and we're all finished. Okay? The Hanagasa Ondo and a lot of Japanese dances, there's one pattern and it just keeps getting repeated over and over and over and over again. So once you remember one pattern, you've got the entire dance, okay? So here we go. We're going to start from the beginning again. And we're going to start by, again, tapping 9 times and saying sore, okay? So here we go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Sore, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and up. And we're going to flip 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and present your flower. Okay, and then go to the back, show everyone behind you. Oops. All right. And show everyone behind you. And now here we go from the left side. 1, 2, 3. And 2, 2, 3. And here's where we're going to say choi choi, right? Choi choi. Okay? So again, choi choi. Okay, so now after you've done that, we're going to say hi to the people on the right. Konnichiwa. Hi to people on the left. Konnichiwa. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we've done that. Now the next movement is we're going to tap the right leg, tap the left leg, and then to the center. Now we're going to go in a circle. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And so let's try that again. Okay, so let's go. Let's begin at choi choi. Okay, so everyone's going to remember choi choi. What do you do when you do choi choi? You tap and bring the flower head up. Okay, so choi choi. Okay, so now say hello to the right. Say hello to the left. And 1, 2, 3. Now right leg, left leg, and middle. Now here we go. We're going to go in a circle. And while as we go in the circle, we're going to do our last takegoe, hayasho makasho. Okay, so here we go. Hayasho makasho.
Shan, shan, shan.
Sore. And now we're going to bring it up to our shoulder. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And front. And that's all the movement. Okay, so now I know that was a little difficult and there was a lot to remember. We're going to keep going over it a couple of times so that everybody, by the end of this workshop, everybody will have remembered Hanagasa Odori. And every time the music comes on, you'll be able to dance it, no problem. Okay, so here we go. Let's do that last section again from choi choi. Okay, so again, we're going to do choi choi. Choi choi is tap and up. So here we go. Choi choi. Now, konnichiwa to the right, and konnichiwa to the left, and tap 3 times. 2, 3. Now, right leg, tap, left leg, and middle. Now we're going to spin and say hayasho makasho. Here we go. Hayasho makasho, shansha. Sore. Now we're going to do another sore, and shoulder. And 1, 2, 3. Hi. 1, 2, 3. Hi, and okay, so let's do it from the beginning. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do it from the beginning. If you have any questions, just please yell them out, and we will answer whatever questions you have. If you're completely confused, we will explain anything you need to be able to dance this perfectly. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start at the beginning again, and we're going to tap 9 times and say sore. And then we're going to move on to showing the fan to showing the umbrella, showing the hat. Here we go. And so we begin. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Sore, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. Up, and flip, flip, and flip, flip, and front. Show to the back. Show to the back, and shuffle. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Choi, choi. Now you're going to say konnichiwa to the right, and konnichiwa to the left, and 1, 2, 3. And right, and left, and middle. Circle, hayasho makasho. Sore. 1, 2, 3. Hi, 1, 2, 3, and front. Okay, let's try that one more time. やってみる?
いいよ。
いい? Okay, so Momo Sensei will come back when it comes out with music. Momo-sensei will come back and show you perfect technique, okay? So, but right now I'm gonna do it and then she's gonna come when the music comes. So let's try it again from the beginning and start with 9 times. So here we go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Sore 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. Up, and flip, and flip, and flip, flip, and front. Step back, show, step back, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Choi, choi. Hi, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. And 1, 2, 3. And right, and left, and middle. Hayasho, makasho. So 1, 2, 3. Hi, 1, 2, 3. And let's keep going. And we're going to start again, going back to flipping. Here we go. And flip, and flip, and flip, and flip, and front. Step back, step back. Hi, 1, 2, 3. Hi, 1, 2, 3. Choi, choi. Konnichiwa, konnichiwa. And 1, 2, 3. And right, and left, and center. Hayasho, makasho. Hi, so 1, 2, 3. Hi, 1, 2, 3. Very good. Any questions? Any questions? Or is everybody good to go?
With music?
So let's do it with music. Okay, here we go. So Momo-sensei is going to come back into the frame and she's going to do a lot of the dancing. We're both going to be on screen. Hopefully, if you can't see me, you can see her on the screen. And let's try Hanagasa Ondo with music. Here we go. 多分俺後ろ向いてお母さん手前の方がいいかな。
この辺で入るかな。
入るね。Okay, so here we go with music.
スタートです。
Hey, 2, 3, 4. So that 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. Hey. Flip, and flip, and flip, and front. Step back. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Choi, choi. Hey, konnichiwa. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Right, left, and so here we go. Hasho, makasho. So, 1, 2, 3. 僕らの掛け声言うから。はい。はい。2, and 3, and 4, and front. Step back, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Choi, choi. Konnichiwa to the right, and to the left. 1, 2, 3. Right, and left, and center. Hayasho. Spin around. Sore. Hey. Hey. Flip, and flip, and flip, and flip, and front. Right, step back. Step back. 1, 2, 3. Hi, 1, 2, 3. Choi, choi. Konnichiwa. Hi, 1, 2, 3. Right and left and center. Hayasho, makasho. So that 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Hi. And flip. And flip. And flip. And front, right, back. Hi, 1, 2, 3. Hi, 1, 2, 3. Choi, choi. Hi, konnichiwa. Hi, 1, 2, 3. Right and left and hayasho, makasho. So that 1, 2. Hi, 1, 2, 3. Hi, 1. Hi, flip. And flip, and flip, and flip, yeah. Hey. Wasshoi. はい。次のステージ。マッカの。そう。はい。はい。はい。Great job. Wonderful job, everyone. 今51分。So, Yoshi, what would you like us to do? Or, I'm sorry, Yoshi's not ready. Lisa, what would you like us to do?
Did you guys want to answer some questions we had from our guests?
Sure, absolutely.
So our first question was, how many dancers are there usually in Hanagasa Ondo?
How many dancers? Okay, so, dancer 何人？
さあ、何人お祭りじゃなくて。
お祭りのとこ、お祭りで踊るときは何人か。
お祭り。そうね。一つのグループとして、one group maybe 20 people, 30 people,
Yeah,
30
so
dancers, and so many groups together.
so there's lots of groups
So-
who do Hanagasa Odori in Yamagata. So one group might have 20 or 30 people, but
maybe 10 flower hat, this flower hat dance parade festival is maybe one day many dozen dancers.
so yeah,
Dance
in
together.
one パレードは何時間ぐらい？
パレードは2時間ぐらいだ。
So it's about a 2-hour parade, and everybody's doing Hanagasa Odori. So if there is a parade of 2 hours, there's probably a few thousand dancers all
Yeah.
dancing Hanagasa.
Each group is more than 20 dancers, maybe 20 to 60 dancers. That
So a lot of
group is
dancers.
maybe 20 groups.
A lot of
Lots
dancers.
of dancers. It's a big festival on August 5th, 6th, 7th in Yamagata City.
That's a lot of answers. Okay. Our second question was, is there a significance to tapping 9 times in the beginning of the dance?
最初9回叩くのは意味がある。
いや、別にこれは調子を取るためと思いま
I think that's just how the music began.
す。Yeah, beginning, so
That's just the beginning of the music, and so we do it 9
everybody
times.
like rhythm together.
Just so that everyone, you tap on your forehead so that everyone is in rhythm and sync together. And so just the music happened to be 9 times, so that's why we do it 9 times. That's why. It's a weird number. I know it's a weird number.
Yeah.
It should be 4 or 8. That would make sense, but it's 9. So there you go.
We actually have a question about Yamagata. Do you know what Yamagata is famous for?
山形なぜ何で有名か。
何でさくらんぼチェリー
Yamagata. So there's
リンゴ
Yamagata. So Yamagata is sort of in the north.
Zao.
So the Yamagata is kind of in the north of Japan, and it's a very rural part of the country.
like very, very countryside.
Yeah, it's nice for camping. There's a lot of mountains there's a lot of places to ski and sightsee.
Yeah, lot of ski,
lot of skiing places.
Snow.
And lots of snow. In the winter, the snow is higher than most people's houses, and in the summer, it's 95, 100 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's a very pleasant place to be. But it's
But summer is very hot.
but it's a very beautiful place, and I think it's famous for a lot of fruit. So sakuranbo, cherries,
Apple.
apples, pears, all kinds of fruit. It's very good. And soba. Soba.
ビュー、マウント、ザオ、
yeah.
行ったでしょ。
Haguro-san, yeah. So beautiful mountains and beautiful mountains. It's a very, very beautiful place. If you want to go camping, it's a very nice place to go. There you go. That's Yamagata.
Thank you. Let's see. There's another question. Is Aomori within the Yamagata prefecture?
No, so Aomori is a little bit above Yamagata. So Aomori is north. So if you have the big main island of Honshu, if the main island of Honshu is my phone, okay? Main island of Honshu is my phone, which is on, okay? Aomori be at the very top right here, okay? And so if this is east and this is west, Yamagata is around here, okay?
山形、あ、じゃない。青森、秋田、
Yeah, so
山形。
Aomori here, Akita, Yamagata. So yeah, so that's sort of, so Aomori is at the very top. And Aomori is also a very beautiful place. And it also has a lot of fun dances and very amazing dances as well. So, and a great festival with big light up lanterns that are the size of buses. Big, beautiful, these big beautiful lantern festivals. So yes. But same region, same Tohoku region.
We have a question from Leah. Have you ever participated in the parades, and if so, how many?
パレードに参加したことがあるか。
はい、私、ジャパニーズフォークダンスインスティテュート。
So we have so our
2008.
2008. So our dance company is the Japanese Folk Dance Institute the Japanese Folk Dance Institute of New York, and in 2008 we traveled to Japan and participated in the annual Yamagata Hanagasa Festival.
Yeah, that time we have 25 dancers.
Yeah, so we had 25 dancers who all traveled to Japan.
Japanese and also
From all over the place.
Americans.
Yeah, American,
Get together
Japanese,
to go.
Russian, from all different places came, and we all went to Japan and participated. Yeah, so there's some. If you look on our Instagram or our Facebook, there's some photos on there of our trip to Yamagata. So if you're interested, please go and your Instagram is Japanese Folk Dance NY. So check there. There's definitely photos on there.
Okay, well, I think that's about it for Q&A. If anyone else has any questions, you can unmute yourself really quick.
Oh, I think Lennon is asking a question, hey?
Lennon?
Yeah.
Lennon asked, okay, let's see. I may have missed this information, but just a quick when and how did this dance originate?
Okay, I'll do a quick version, and it's okay. So the quick version, this dance was created by construction workers in Yamagata Prefecture who were creating irrigation and reservoirs for the area for the farmers to have water during the off season. And so in order to have water flow, the ground needs to be hard. So they would take these big stones and they would pound the ground in order to make the ground hard so the water would stay there and not just sink and be absorbed by the ground. So so this dance, so these construction workers would wear these flower hats, these not something as pretty as this. These were construction workers. They probably wouldn't wear this, but
this is 本当の傘だからね。
but they would wear a hat very much like this to shield themselves from the sun and also to fan each other during the hot summer months. So this dance was created from the music and from the movement of construction workers in Yamagata Prefecture. Okay?
このサラブライトするときに花をくっつけて踊りました。
So after they would work with the hat, then in order to celebrate that work was over, they would put flowers on it and dance to celebrate that work was over. So that's how the dance got started, and that's why you have pretty flower hats made by construction workers. There you go.
For all the answers. So I guess that's all our questions for today.
Great.
So thank you everyone for joining us today, and I hope you all had fun learning about Hanagasa Ondo. Let's give a round of applause to Momo Sensei and Kevin Sensei from the...
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
If you're interested in dancing, they actually host a live phone odori session every week on Instagram and Zoom. You can find them at Japanese Folk Dance NY. And let's also give a round of applause to Japan American Society of Georgia for helping us with fun activities and performances this week.
Yes. Great job, everyone. Thank you.
Well, I do have some fun announcements from the JapanFest team. At the end of this month, we'll be having 2 special performances. On July 30th, we'll have a live drawing session on Instagram and YouTube where we partnered with Tombow USA and Shirley, our artists of our super cute and popular Shiba Inu poster. And then the next day on July 31st, we'll have a live shamisen performance with Kyle and Sue, who are amazing musicians and have performed at previous JapanFest. So as for our JapanFest finale weekend, we will be celebrating at japanfest.org on September 26th and 27th. So make sure you mark your calendar so you don't forget. We'll be having all kinds of performances, activities, so make sure you keep an eye out on our website and social media pages for updates. And we hope you'll come celebrate with us. Thank you for today. ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。Great job, everyone.
Thank you.